Hi, welcome to the South Melbourne Commons user guide for the newsletter, which we use MailChimp as our tool to send South Melbourne Commons newsletter. There's a Word document that complements this video that will give you a few more hints and tips and instructions. The purpose of this video is to really quickly go through from the first step to the last step of how to send a newsletter out. So the first thing we do is we go to the MailChimp homepage, mailchimp.com. We log in. Should be that one. I'm going to pause that while I get that password in. Once you log in, the following screen will appear, which is like your dashboard for MailChimp. The most common thing you're going to want to do in terms of sending out a newsletter is to look at the campaigns. You could create a new campaign from scratch. A campaign is basically talking about a newsletter that you want to send out. We click the campaigns menu up here. You can see that you'll probably already have some campaigns in the list. The easiest thing you can often do is just to simply replicate a campaign, which is basically going to make a copy of it, and then you can just edit inside that existing campaign. So I'm just going to click replicate. When you click replicate, it actually kind of takes you to the very end, that very final process. So you don't want to go down the bottom and send that out. You actually want to go back to the very start, click recipients, and we'll just go through step by step. So there's a test list that I've created, and I don't think I need to cover lists at all here. I think MailChimp goes through that well enough. But you can edit that list and create a new list maybe for your testing. So you might have one or two email addresses, like a Yahoo one or a work one, or one that uses Outlook or Thunderbird to test with, so you can make sure that the newsletter appears okay in both of those. When you're doing the real send out, you've got it here, South Melbourne Commons newsletter. So you'd select that, you click the next button. This is basically the same steps you'd follow if you wanted to create a newsletter from scratch, but by doing it this way it just makes it easier. The name of your campaign, give it a good meaningful name, something easy. Message subject, this is important because this is what the user is going to see in their inbox. We've just got a very simple one here, Commons newsletter followed by the month and the year. In time we might choose to completely change that, but it'd be good to keep it consistent. We could use a numbering system. From, who's it come from? South Melbourne Commons. Which email address? This is the email address that I've chosen to use. I've created it specifically for this purpose, and it just means that it's all kind of centralized and yeah, keeps it all nice and tidy. Here's some options. You can look at those in the help menus to figure out what they all mean. I've selected the ones that I think are useful. We've got auto Twitter connection happening here. We automatically feed into Google Analytics, and you can look at the website guide, ask the Commons managers about that, and we think we've already connected to Facebook as well, so all those three things should happen automatically when you submit your newsletter. It should go onto Twitter and also onto Facebook. So have a play with those if you need to, once you know what you're doing. Click next. Comes up to the design page. This is where really all the real work is. By the time you've even logged into MailChimp, you should have already collected all your content, had an idea about what you want to include, gotten all your photos together, got your photos to the right size for the web. I guess you need to treat this a bit like a website in terms of making sure your photos are cropped and not too big in terms of physical file size, or make sure they're not going to take up the whole screen. All these boxes really form the template that has been created for the South Melbourne Commons, and you can go in and change the template if you want, but really it's pretty much a matter of just going in onto each of these major boxes, clicking edit, an edit window pops up, change the key things in here, change the text in here so it's interesting, engaging, going to grab the user. There's an important section here in this edition, MCTOC. This will automatically insert a table of contents based on the headings that are in the rest of your newsletter. So you normally just click save. I'm not going to go through all of these now, all the icons, but we'll have a look at them in a minute maybe. So let's go down. Same with the images. So you just find an image box, you click edit, and from there it's very simple matter of looking at existing images you've got and selecting a new image or uploading a new image. Again, you can drag and drop images in here, very easy and quick. Okay, let's just do for the seller, let's get the Bank Street Market in. So drag and drop, or you can simply browse from a file system here, select it that way, and just upload the image. Maybe I didn't click that. Uploading. Once it's loaded, you just simply select it, and in a few seconds there's the new image that's appeared in there. Nice and easy. Same with the text boxes. Again, we just click edit, change the heading to be whatever you want it to be. Beautiful. The only thing to remember with headings, if you want to make a new heading, say down the bottom, my new heading, you simply just need to highlight the heading from the style box. You can see DOC, and this is heading 1, or there's DOC heading 2. So select heading 1, DOC heading 1, or DOC heading 2 if you want your heading to show up in the table of contents that we saw earlier. I won't go through too much else of the formatting and styles and things. Most of it's pretty straightforward. If you know how to use Word, you know how to use this. These are the ones for linking to another article. So it could be the Commons website for more information. There's your anchor link. If you want to insert an image anywhere in the text, there's your image button there. So again, you just select that, it pops up. Again, drag and drop, or select an existing image, just like that. And somewhere there'll be a insert button, I assume. What have I missed? Just select, double click it, insert image, done, there it is. You can move it around, align it, etc, etc. One useful feature to think about is when you're pasting text in, often from Microsoft Word or from somewhere else, there are a few options over here. You can do a normal paste. So if you have an email program, often if you do a copy and paste, it will copy in the formatting, which might be a good thing if you've already got headings and bold and everything set up. If you've got a Word document or a web page or something and you're trying to copy and paste it in and it's not looking very good, always use paste as plain text, and that will just paste very plain text which you can then format. If you're copying and pasting from Microsoft Word, if you're copying and pasting from Microsoft Word, just use that little button there. Basically just pops up a window. Go into Word, copy the content you want. For example, this. Go back to your web, paste it in, and you'll see it will copy across some of that formatting for you. If you just copy and paste from Word normally by using this feature, or just Control V, it will copy in a whole heap of crappy code that may end up stuffing up the newsletter in the long run because of the way Microsoft Office products work. If you want to get techie and you know some HTML, just click the source, preview, and from in here you can do direct editing in HTML, make tables and whatever you need to do. You can see here heading 1 is the MC TOC style is the one that's used there, so that's the one, the key one. Click the source window to go back. Once you've done all your editing and typing, click save. Great, keep trucking on. Background color set there. I think that's about it. You can see you can edit the footers as well. Again, there's some code in here which gets substituted at delivery time. Again, just have a read through the guides and the manuals and they talk you through that if you want to play with it at all. I think this was hand coded here, the Twitter, Facebook and follow, but essentially a lot of it's pretty basic. Again, each of these boxes you can click in to edit and insert images, headings, news, content, etc, etc. Once you're all happy with your content, click next. Then takes you to a plain message screen. this is what would be sent to someone who decided to subscribe as a plain text user, or someone using a really 15, 20-year-old basically text-based email client. I don't worry too much about making sure that's useful or readable, because really only 0.1% of people will be looking at that. But it's good to just have a check if you want. If you're a Fortune 500 company, you'd probably spend a bit of time to get it right. Click Next. The next screen that comes is a confirmation screen. Tells you who you're going to send it to, how many people, what the subject is, who the replies are going to go to if people click reply. Again, this email address here can be changed, or alternatively we can just put another forwarder on, so that when an email gets sent to this address, it gets sent to your personal or your Commons email address. So that way that this is always constant throughout the life of the newsletter, so it doesn't really need to change, and we can simply just give you access to this email address or route emails that come to this email address to your personal one. Tracking, again, all these settings are really just summaries of what we had before. Last thing to do would be to click Send Now. We won't do that because, we can do that. We'll just edit the list. We'll send it to the test list, and I'll just lock that in. Go to confirm. And at the bottom, click Send Now. I'll just double check that list was changed. Okay, test list, 3 recipients. That's good. Send now. Send the campaign. Beautiful. Off it goes. And that will get sent out to all your users. Okay, I think I'll call that a day.